A mother buys her 8-year-old child a flavored milk from the supermarket. She thinks it's basically chocolate milk with a coffee taste. A laboratory test reveals it has more caffeine than an energy drink. This is legal, this is common, and most parents have no idea. Let me explain what's happening.
Walk into any Australian supermarket. Go to the refrigerated drinks section. You'll see them. Iced coffee, coffee chill, dare, ice break, Big M coffee. They're everywhere.
Bright packaging, sweet flavors. They look like regular flavored milk. They're marketed like regular flavored milk. We consume more iced coffee per capita than almost any country on Earth. It's a billion-dollar industry.
Kids drink them. Teenagers drink them. Adults drink them. They're cheap, they're convenient, they're delicious. But here's what most people don't know. These aren't just milk drinks with coffee flavor. They contain real coffee, real caffeine, sometimes a lot of it.
And unlike energy drinks, which have warning labels and age restrictions in some places, these coffee milk drinks?
In 2022, a concerned pediatrician in Melbourne starts noticing something. More kids coming in with anxiety symptoms.
Sleep problems, racing hearts, all drinking the same thing. Coffee-flavored milk, multiple bottles per day.
He contacts Dr. James Nick, a clinical pharmacologist who studies caffeine effects. Dr. James has been researching caffeine consumption in children for years. He's concerned.
Because nobody's actually tested these drinks properly. Nobody knows exactly how much caffeine they contain.
She'll test every major coffee milk brand in Australia, measure the exact caffeine content, compare it to what's on the labels, see what's really in these drinks. But first, you need to understand something about caffeine. It's the most widely consumed psychoactive drug on Earth. It's not harmless, especially for kids.
Caffeine affects developing brains differently. It disrupts sleep patterns. It increases anxiety.
It can affect heart rhythm, and children's bodies process it much slower than adults.
The recommended maximum daily caffeine for an 8-year-old, about 45 milligrams. That's roughly half a cup of weak tea.
50 different products in total. Iced coffees, coffee chillers, mocha-flavored milk, everything.
They'll use high-performance liquid chromatography. That's the gold standard for measuring caffeine. Very accurate, very reliable. The first brand they test is Australia's most popular, the one that's been around for decades, the one with the bright yellow label. Everyone knows it. The label says it contains approximately 60 milligrams of caffeine per bottle. That's what it says. But what does the test show? One bottle, 98 milligrams of caffeine. That's more than a can of Red Bull. Dr. Chan is shocked, but maybe it's a bad batch.
102 milligrams, even higher. This is consistent. This is what's really in the product.
And remember, the safe maximum for an 8-year-old is 45 milligrams. One bottle of this drink contains more than double the maximum recommended daily caffeine for a child.
But it gets worse. They test another popular brand, the one marketed as extra strong. The label says approximately 140 milligrams per bottle.
That's the caffeine equivalent of almost 2 cups of strong coffee in a sweet milk drink that looks like it belongs in a lunchbox. Brand after brand, the pattern repeats. The actual caffeine content is almost always higher than the label claims. Sometimes 20% higher, sometimes 30% higher, sometimes more.
The legally required phrase on the labels, contains caffeine. That's it. No specific amounts required, no warnings, just those 2 words in small print.
One mother has been giving her 10-year-old son these drinks for years. She thought they were just chocolate milk with coffee flavor.
She had no idea about the caffeine content. Another parent points out the obvious question. If these drinks have more caffeine than energy drinks, why don't they have the same warnings?
Why aren't they sold with age restrictions? The answer reveals a regulatory loophole, a loophole worth understanding. In Australia, energy drinks have regulations. They must display warnings. They can't be marketed to children. Some retailers restrict sales to adults. But coffee milk drinks are classified differently. They're dairy beverages, not energy drinks.
The classification is based on the primary ingredient, milk versus sugar water, not on caffeine content.
Dr. Chen realizes this is bigger than misleading labels. This is a public health issue. Kids are consuming dangerous amounts of caffeine. Parents are uninformed. When Dr. Chen's study is published, the media explodes. Front page news, television investigations, radio debates, social media outrage.
The coffee milk companies respond immediately. They're angry. They say the study is flawed.
But Dr. Chen has the data. She has the laboratory results. She has independent verification. Multiple labs have now confirmed her findings. The caffeine levels are consistently higher than labeled.
They add clearer caffeine content information. They make the contains caffeine warning bigger. They add a note about not being suitable for children. The actual caffeine content is now displayed more prominently. Warnings are clearer. Some products are redesigned to reduce caffeine levels.
It's not perfect, but it's progress. Real progress that might not have happened without Dr. Chen's investigation. They're looking at treating all high-caffeine products similarly, regardless of whether they're classified as energy drinks or dairy beverages.
Some states implement their own restrictions. Schools ban these drinks from canteens.
All beverages containing more than 80 milligrams of caffeine per serving must carry clear warnings. So what's the lesson here? First, labels matter, but they're not always accurate, and they're not always required to tell you everything you need to know.
Dr. Chen's investigation showed that approximately on a label can hide significant differences. Always question, always verify when it matters.